eyewitness accounts were vital in terms of information coming back to Washington, D.C. of the successes of General Vang Pao's leadership and the Hmong soldiers in this conflict during the Vietnam War. The two gentlemen that I want to acknowledge as we celebrate 50 years here today. The very first, Mr. Jerry Daniels, who tragically passed away in Thailand back in 1982. The second, Mr. Lionel Rosenblatt. These two persons were key instruments in lobbying and advocating and educating the Hmong story to our elected U.S. lawmakers back then about who the Hmong were. Because many in the American public in 75 didn't know who the Hmong were. Many still don't today. But that's okay, because our story is now being told. And as I stated in our past event last weekend, let's not make the U.S. Secret Army, which they're sitting right there, any longer secretive. Let's tell it as it is. So it is to our SGU veterans. SGU stands for Special Guerrilla Units. That was the name designated by the Central Intelligence Agency. And that classified the Hmong soldiers that fought on behalf of our great nation during the Vietnam conflict. And the CIA would dub my father a code name too by the name of White Star. Cái thổ tư này cho CBU này cho sẽ không có được tê hay tê dân nó vô đâu hữu tua trở sang cái này tua phỏ lo sang nhớ hồng cá lo tê năng gì phỏ phúc to lo nó vô đâu thì cái chỉ thành phần thì chỉ nó cũng có một tí hay ít thời gian này. To the youth, as we celebrate 50 years, I'm talking past, present, and future now, and I reach out to the youth with my historical story, but let this be words of inspiration and motivation for us to continue where our ancestors, where our forebears, where our elders left off. And to be honest, they did the hard part. This is the easy part now. They went through thick and thin, through strife and suffering and pain to get us to this great land, which I dubbed the Promised Land. And they went through their sacrifice, their courage, energy, and strength to get us here today in unlocking the new life that we have in this country. So to the Hmong youth, to the young Americans, the codename White Star, the seafarers back then, when there was no navigational systems, no satellites in orbit, no GPS, would use a star, the Polaris Star, the North Star, for navigational resources so that they wouldn't get lost. Let the story of our elders, of our parents, of our grandparents, of General Vang Pao, from a small, remote, mountainous nation, leading our people to advance, to progress, the trailblazers that they were, the pioneers that they were, the journeys that they took, the sacrifices that they made, the risks that they take to make our lives better here today in our country. So whenever we may feel down, whenever we may lose hope, whenever we feel lost, like the seafarers and the trailblazers and the pioneers of the past, they didn't look down, they looked up into the heavens. They looked up to the Polaris Star, the North Star, to get a bearing.